Am I the asshole? For telling my Mill if she said one more thing about my wedding, she'd be uninvited? Okay, so I am Indian and my fiancé is white. That never really caused problems for us and we've been together for 4 years. My Mill and I aren't particularly close, but it's never caused the blow-ups I've seen on subreddits like these and other places. I decided to include Mill in my wedding planning as a nice gesture and thought she could help out a little. Colin and I already decided that our wedding was going to have the elements of a traditional Indian wedding beforehand. Mill endlessly critiqued everything I've said was going to be in the wedding, such as me wearing a red lenga choli because white was the symbol of holy matrimony, how clunky my wedding jewelry was, the designs of the tablecloths, the flowers in our arrangements, how many people from my side of the family were attending, etc. I tried to hold out for Colin's sake, but I eventually snapped when my Mill told me that my curly hair was unruly and unfit for a wedding, since I decided to not straighten it for the wedding when I invited her and my sister Sarah to look at possible hairstyles. I told Mill that if she said one more thing about the wedding, she'd invited, and that clearly pissed her off because she got up and left straight away to complain to her husband about it. Hours later, I got texts from my Phil talking about how disrespectful I was to threaten his wife from being uninvited from her own son's wedding, and I should apologize immediately. Both Colin and Sarah said that Mill was pushing it with what she said, and my reaction was understandable, but I keep getting texts from my Phil and Mill shaming me over it. Edit: I feel like I should add my Mill seemingly hated that Colin was going to be wearing a sherwani and I was going to have my Mata patty on. Not the asshole. Drop her from all wedding prep with you. Put her on a complete info diet, and let your fiancé handle her from now on. Not the asshole. Colin needs to take over communication with his parents and make it clear that her backing off is his desire too. Not the asshole. I wouldn't apologize to your Mill, but I would be very blunt that you are no longer interested in her suggestions and input on the wedding, and leave it at that. Depending on how much she pushes it, how inflammatory you want to be, I'd also add in that it seems every single suggestion was targeted towards minimizing the traditional Indian elements you want in the wedding and/or your Indian characteristics. Nata, your Mill sounds like she's trying to whitewash you. This is what it sounds like. She imagined a white girl Christian-style wedding complete with white dress, perfect hair and all that. She needs to stop. Not the asshole. Your Mill is racist. She's stopped trying to hide it. Not the asshole. She should not judge you based on your appearances or dress styles, and you should wear what you feel comfortable with, and your Phil should not disrespect you for disrespecting your Mill. However, at least your fiancé is on your side. Tell her that you wearing white means that her son's dead, implying sati. Then tell me how she reacted. Not the asshole. Love, a fellow Indian. Not the asshole. My Dil is Indian. She and my son had a traditional Indian wedding, and it was amazing, a memorable experience for all of my side of the family. I felt very honored to learn about and be included in her culture and traditions. Your Mill needs to stay in her lane. Good for you for setting boundaries, because her behavior is absolutely unacceptable. Both your Mill and Phil are being very rude. Nata, because fuck racists. Oh snit. She went for the unruly hair comment? You woo. Yeah, I wanted to suggest trying harder to meet in the middle of the cultural divide. But, future Mill is doing way too much emo. She needs to sit her booty down and knock it the heck off. I'd be honest and tell her the race baiting crap is just not okay. It's said that the gods love wondrous variety, and obviously your son does too. That's why he loves my curly hair. Check her and keep right on planning your wedding and your future with your husband as the two of you see fit. Not the asshole. No freaking way. What is Colin saying to his parents to shut this crap down, and why didn't he step in sooner? Not the asshole. Gotta love it when bullies get called out. They turn into whining victims almost instantly. Not the asshole. At least your fiancé is on your side. not the asshole. Your Mill is an ignorant, uncultured racist. Be prepared to have to defend your culture for the rest of your relationship with her. Mill's comments aren't just a difference of opinion, they are blatantly racist. And I doubt many people would blame you for finally snapping other than Phil, who's probably getting the brunt of Mill's fury simply because they live together. So, not the asshole. And don't be too bummed out by this incident. In a way, she gave you an amazing gift. Your fiancé backing you up rather than taking Mill's side, just confirms you caught a good one. Congrats on your engagement and upcoming wedding. It sounds like it will be beautiful. This reads like I'm not a racist but vibe. So long as you dump every aspect that isn't culturally white, she's happy. You and your fiancé want a traditional Indian wedding in some aspects. Nothing wrong with that. I think there may come a time when Mill's racism will need to be addressed, as you just know she's going to expect her grandbabies to be raised with zero Indian culture in their lives. This needs to be nipped in the bud now. Just uninvite her from the wedding planning, not the wedding. Not the asshole. Am I the only one who thinks the Mill sounds racist? OP, your fiancé needs to be the one dealing with his mom and enforcing the boundaries. If he can't stand up to her now and leaves you to fend for yourself, when else throughout your marriage will he do this? He should not need to be asked. He should be telling his parents to quit with guilt-shaming texts to be polite to you. Not the asshole. Your Mill owes you a huge apology for being culturally insensitive. Not the asshole. Time for Colin to step up here and tell them to back off or they will be uninvited. His family, his problem. Correct me if I'm wrong, but in your culture my understanding is white may be the color of mourning, while red is for celebration. It's yours and your intended's day. Be your fabulous selves. Not the asshole. Mill is being racist in her own way. Well, a lenga choli of your choice, have your hair curly. Do everything in the way you want. Make your day as you want it. Do invite her to the wedding. She will undoubtedly start talking shit. Then everyone will know what she is like. If you don't ask her back, she will have the hold on the narrative. What an unkind dill who banned me from my son's wedding. Let her show her real self to the relatives. Trust me, she won't be able to keep her mouth shut. Have a lovely and happy day full of fun and love. Not the asshole. At least your fiancé is on your side. Assuming everything in the post is accurate, not the asshole. Also good on your fiancé for having your back. But block the in-laws and make your husband deal with them. He should be the ones disinviting them, etc. That's not your responsibility. Not the asshole. My only criticism is that you didn't follow through with what you said. Your Mill's subsequent texts constitutes her saying one more thing about the wedding. Time to uninvite her to the wedding until she apologizes to you and actually stops this racist nonsense. And time to give your Phil the same threat. Well, your Mill is racist. Are you sure you want to marry into this family? Also not the asshole. Natar, if you're Goom and you are on the Sardoti page when it coming to planning, Mill needs to back off. Also she's a bewitch for complaints about curly hair. It looks better for a special even and it's not of her business. Not the asshole, it's your wedding and not your mother-in-law's. I don't understand people who want to interfere in everything. If you don't like it, stay away. I can see that the same way my parents or in-laws would have been upset about it. They would also have been given the choice of agreeing and shutting up or complaining and leaving. Not the asshole. Tell your future mother-in-law you made a terrible mistake in asking her to help plan the wedding because she's criticized everything and is determined everything has to go her way. Let her know going forward she has no input, and if she continues to interfere, she's uninvited from the wedding. Do this only with your fiancé's consent. She's being toxic in deciding your wedding will go her way.